So as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking about how certain games stick with us over the years. One game I'm thinking about in particular because it's a hot button topic right now, and that would be Fable. Now, while I'm sitting here waiting to shoot the rest of my video on this ROG Xbox Ally X unboxing, and it needs to update, I thought it would be fun to shoot a Tofer talk and watch this Fable gameplay overview. Because I don't know how many of you guys remember the original Fable. It's a fantastic game. Fable 2, fantastic game as well. But there was a lot of promise based on the premise that Peter Molyneux, whom if you remember at the time was the visionary behind the Fable series, there was a lot of promise there. I remember him making some very bold promises that sounded incredibly awesome for video games. How many of you remember the whole, like, you can plant an acorn or a tree, and over the Fable games, watch the tree grow, and you can carve your initials in that tree, and over the games, do you remember this? I mean, this is something that he promised us. I don't know, how old is Fable now? 18 years, however long ago that was. And don't get me wrong, Fable ended up as a fantastic game. I love the game. But Mr. Molyneux promised a lot of things that I just don't think technology was capable of then. Well, here we are. Fast forward almost 2 decades later. We haven't seen a Fable game, a good Fable game, since Fable 3. And a lot of us thought that the franchise was dead. But Playground Games is taking a step. We heard about this a while ago. We saw the trailer. God, the trailer probably happened a year ago or so. I think it's time we watch this together because I've been hearing a lot about it. I'm a huge Fable fan. I love Fable, and I would love to see if the technology has caught up with the promise that was Fable. So, we're going to watch this gameplay overview together. It's only about 12 minutes long. This is by Playground Games, and I'm gonna give my opinion. I'm gonna commentate a little bit, and this is gonna be a fun Tofer talk. Does the promise of Peter Molyneux and the original Fable, will it come to full blossom, fruition, if you will, in 2026? Now, I want to clarify real quick that Peter Molyneux has nothing to do. I don't believe he has anything to do with this new Fable. But, we'll find out. I'm very curious to watch this. Okay, here we go. Playground Games.
Hi, welcome to Playground Games, where I'm thrilled to share our very first deep dive into a game we've been making here for a really, really long time. Fable.
I'll explain who Playground Games is after this video if you don't know.
Playground Games is renowned for fun, immersive, and visually stunning open-world experiences. Since 2010, we've been developing the Forza Horizon series right here in Royal Leamington Spa, a charming little town in the middle of England. As Horizon has
I think it's so fascinating that the Forza Horizon
we've
people
built a new team to carry that reputation into a new genre that we are incredibly passionate about. Fable is Playground's first open-world action RPG, and we couldn't be more proud to be carrying on the work of the legendary Lionhead Studios, the original creators of the franchise. And although our game is a new beginning, I think what we're making is really faithful to the spirit of the classic Lionhead trilogy that we all love. At the heart of our game is a simple, recurring question. What does it mean to you to be a hero? Our game is about choices and their consequences. It's packed with action, drama, British humor, moral dilemmas, and quite a few chickens. All of this combines in a fairy tale which could only be Fable.
In classic Fable fashion, you begin the game as a child, growing up in the sleepy rural village of Briar Hill. It's here that in a moment of extreme danger,
So if
your heroic powers first emerge.
you've never played the Fable
and we
games, that's
discover
how
that
they
you
start.
are Albion's first
You
hero
start as a
in
child,
generation.
and you grow up in the
But
game.
not long
That was
afterwards,
part of this promise.
disaster strikes, and the people of your village, including your beloved grandma, are turned to stone by a mysterious stranger. Suddenly alone in the world, you'll set off on an adventure which will change Albion forever.
Venturing out into the world is a huge moment because this is Albion like you've never seen it before.
I love that it's
Idyllic
taking
rolling
place in
hills.
Albion.
Magical forests, bustling villages,
It
sleepy hamlets,
certainly
oversized
has a
vegetable
vibe.
patches, and stunning vistas. And because our Albion is truly open world, for the first time, you'll be able to explore this rich and detailed world seamlessly.
Okay, great.
With the freedom to
Very
go where
Zelda-like.
you want from early in the game.
We can't wait to welcome you back to
Yeah.
Albion's iconic capital city, Bowerstone. Home to Fairfax
This is
Castle,
giving me
the old clock tower,
is giving me
and the
vibes.
legendary Heroes Guild.
It's a huge city, full of contrasts. Rich and poor, nobles and commoners, royalty and criminals. You'll spend plenty of time here during the game as you discover the secrets of the Heroes Guild and its reclusive guildmaster, Humphrey the Golden.
In the north of Albion, you'll find mountains, craggy coastlines, spooky marshes, and the bleak, windswept city of Bloodstone. Here, you'll meet the leaders of two rival
Wow,
gangs.
they're really
vying
just
for
kind of
power
getting down
and
into
uncover
the
secrets
story
of the sinister,
here.
but
Like,
extremely well-organized.
that's great.
Cult of Shadows. Our
Tell us about the
Albion is beautiful,
gameplay though.
handcrafted, and richly detailed.
In Albion, heroes are special, different. They're stronger than regular people. They're more skillful, more charismatic. More importantly, they're those rare humans who can harness and use
Just say
magic in the
that
world around
Fable is my
them. They
wife's
have the power
Skyrim.
to do what they want.
The
And
missus
so
loves
do
Fable.
you. In our game, we want you to play as the hero you want to be. And that starts with being able to choose how your hero character looks.
So, in Fable, you'll be able to pick from a range of
I
different
swear to God,
character
if they don't
heads.
have
And customize your
beards.
clothing, hair, skin tone, tattoos, and scars. So the hero you play represents you.
But as well as your appearance, you can be the hero you want to be.
Okay,
through
so
the way
this
you
was a
play,
promise
through
of-
the skills
of
and
the
abilities
original
you
Fable
learn,
games,
and through the
like-
weapons you use.
Just like the classic trilogy, heroes in our game fight with a combination
Combat
of
looks-
strength, skill, and
They're
will.
really
Seamlessly blending
Jesus,
melee
they're
and
really
ranged
laying
weapons
into
with
the chicken
magical
thing.
abilities gives us style-weaving combat. Allowing you to show off your personal playstyle against single opponents and large groups of enemies alike. Melee is at the heart of our close quarters combat. You'll use light and heavy combos,
the combat looks
often
good,
knocking enemies off balance
especially for a game that doesn't come
and
out for
executing
another
stylish finishers.
half year.
Swap to your ranged weapon to bypass enemy guard and deal with troublesome flying enemies. And of course, you'll be able to unleash your powerful spells to both manipulate and devastate your opponents.
We're excited to be bringing back some fan favorite adversaries for you
Okay.
to fight. Hobbs are back, as are Balverines, Hollowfolk, and Trolls.
And we're adding brand new enemies too. Like
Cockatrice?
this fearsome cockatrice.
A cockatrice.
A giant fire-breathing chicken. Each enemy family is different, with their own weaknesses to exploit and
Interesting.
defenses to overcome.
Man, they're really
But
leaning
with
into
all
the
the
chicken
unique
humor
tools in
in
your
this.
combat toolbox, how you defeat your enemies
Dare I say
is up to you.
a little too much, but I'm okay with it.
But there's more to being a hero in Albion than fighting, so much more. When we talk to people about their favorite memories of the original games, so many of their
Yes.
stories were about the stuff you can do
Yes.
when you weren't just being a hero.
Yes,
The
tell us
normal,
about the
everyday
interaction.
stuff which happened when you interacted with the people of Albion.
For me,
Deliver
what I
on this
remember
promise
most
that
vividly
Mr.
are the
Peter Molyneux
inhabitants of
gave us
Albion
years
and
ago.
the things you can do with them, or to them.
The crazy thing about the classic Fable games was that in the middle of a sprawling RPG was almost a complete other game where you could just mess around with the villagers and townsfolk.
And we've built that same experience in the middle of our game too. Buying a house, getting a job, making some money.
Romancing a villager, getting married, having kids.
Fancy a date?
Perfect. You can get to know me better.
Buying another house. Buying every house in Albion. Buying every business in Albion. Getting rich.
You can buy...
Marrying a bunch more people. Having a bunch more kids. Probably getting divorced along the way for good measure.
And this game within a game is unique to Fable. It's systemic, interconnected, and you see the ripple effects of the things you do everywhere you go.
And all of this revolves around the people who live in Albion, who we call the living population. There are more than 1,000 of them, and every single one is unique.
Okay, tell us,
has a name,
talk to us.
A role, a daily routine, and their own personality. You could follow any one of them for a day and just watch them live their life.
But how is it generated?
They'll get up, go to work, spend some leisure time on hobbies.
Is it like procedurally generated or something?
But what's even cooler is that you can talk to every single one of them in fully voiced conversations and interact with them in loads of different ways. Maybe the job they go to is working for you because you hired them to work in one of your businesses.
Hey, you. Working hard? How can I help you, boss?
Maybe the bed they sleep in is in a house you own because you're the landlord.
Or maybe their bed is on the street because you evicted them.
So you can own...
All right.
You can own every house and business in Albion. And from my understanding here, you can marry every person.
Because everything you do builds your reputation.
There we go. Everything you do builds your reputation.
Morality has always
but there were some caveats with that.
Fable. That tension
in the first
between good and
trilogy.
evil underpinned all of the original games. And morality is central to our game too. But we have a slightly different take on it.
For us, morality
Jesus, they're
isn't
really
black
going
and
after
white.
the chicken thing.
There are lots of
It was
grey
funny.
areas. And importantly, morality is subjective. No two people see things exactly the same way. And that's how it works in our game too.
Everything you do earns you a reputation. And every person in Albion will have a different reaction to you as a result.
Hello there.
Yeah, we get it. You're rich.
They'll remember things you did directly to them. They'll love you or hate you for the choices you make. And they will always tell you why. Although, usually from a safe distance.
Our game will never judge you. But
This was the promise of the first
loudly
trilogy. How does this stand apart?
Your reputation is created by the choices you make, and you are going to make a lot of them. Big choices, little choices, moral choices,
we've heard
and
this before.
some choices that will actually
Mass
change
Effect,
the landscape of Albion for the rest of your game. We call this idea, your choices change the world.
This is what I want to hear.
Let's give you an example.
Early in the game, you'll meet a character named Dave, an egotistical gardener in a rural village who discovers a magical growth formula. He accidentally turns himself into a giant and becomes a big problem. It'll be your job to deal with him, and ultimately it will be your choice whether to kill him or to spare him. If you kill him, his giant corpse will lie on the farmland just outside of town for the rest of the game.
And that is going to affect house prices. It will also affect what a lot of the villagers think about you.
Especially Dave's sister.
In Fable, the choices you make will define you. What does being a hero mean to you? At Playground Games, we've built a pedigree for beautiful, immersive, open-world experiences. Yes, they've typically involved sports cars, but this is a passion project for all of us here. Every member of this team, which we've built from scratch, has two key things in common. A deep love for the franchise and a burning desire to bring it back. We're making this for Fable fans just like us, but also to introduce Fable to gamers who've never played the series before. It's been great to finally tell you a little about the game we're making. There'll be much more to share as we get closer to our launch. I'm excited to tell you today that Fable is coming to Xbox, PC, and PlayStation in autumn 2026. From all of us here, thanks for watching.
Xbox, PC, and PlayStation. PlayStation. Interesting. Okay. So, a couple of things. It looks great. I'm excited. Truth be told, they could just make another Fable, and I would be happy as long as they stuck to, the formula that they already had a good thing going, But, the question here is, all those promises that Peter Molyneux made, Lionhead made back, and again, I understand Peter is definitely known for sort of embellishing, making things sound much more grandiose than they end up being. But given that we've had like damn near 2 decades since the first game, are we close enough right now to being able to see that through? Could this game really be closer to what his original design docs would have been? That's the question here. And one of the biggest things is, does it, do your actions generically affect this world, or does it have bigger meaning? I really like the idea that they showed the whole, you can kill the giant, you can save the giant. If you kill the giant, his corpse just like lays all over the farmland, which affects home prices and everything else. Stuff like that is interesting, but are those sort of like one-offs? Are they just showing like the one thing? Is there a lot of this? How much of the game does it actually affect? I want more consequences of being bad or perks of being good than just having a little halo around my head or growing horns and having terrible scars and people running away from you. When I think about those moving parts from the original game, and I think about just how they were executed, for the time, I think they were great, but, where we're at today in games, very different. How are all of the personalities for all 1,000+ NPCs handled? Are they handled procedurally with procedurally generated stuff? Is it handled by AI? Like, I guess I've read and I've heard that all of these were individually written and voiced. And you can marry every single person in the game. You could buy every piece of property. You can buy every business. I think that's really cool. The other thing that I did see that they didn't really show off here is when you make decisions in a certain part of town, and then you go to a different part of town, those people in the other part of town don't know you yet. So you have a fresh slate there. So you could technically be a really shitty, evil person on one side of town and then go to a different village and be a very good person and be loved by those people. Live almost like living a double life or something. I find that very interesting. That being said, I think that this new Fable is what we need. I think it's going to be a very interesting topic to see if that promise. I can't think of another game series or game developer like Mr. Molyneux who had made such lofty. Do you remember what was that Project Natal? I guess it's not Kinect. The Xbox Kinect. What was the game that he was gonna do that never ended up coming out? I think it was called like Milo maybe or something, where it was basically an AI character that you talk to through Kinect. I'm using all these like code words that they used to use back in the day. You guys remember this? Does anybody else remember that? But he made a lot of lofty promises that I just don't think technology was quite there yet. But it might be now. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm very curious, though, to know what you guys think. I think we're just going to have to wait and see, and I can't wait to play this live with you guys. I can't wait to see how this game turns out. I still can't believe it is the racing games people that are in charge of Fable. I think it's really cool Playground Games is doing it. So we'll see what happens. Hit the comments, though, and let me know what you think of the new Fable after seeing that. Did you play the original Fable? Did you play Fable 2 or 3? What is your favorite in the series, and are you excited to see it come back? Do you think that the promise that Peter Molyneux made all those years ago is finally going to come to fruition in this new Fable game, which I want to mention is called Fable. It's not called Fable 4 or Fable : something else. This is a reboot of the Fable franchise, and I'm very excited to see it. What do you think?